Alice, why don't you take a seat right there, and Dwayne, you here. All right. You ready for this?
Okay.
Okay, so before we open up the actual kit, I want you to know that this one meeting isn't the only chance that you have to learn about this kit. Now, we have brochures and guides to help you remember the steps, and we've also posted videos online in case you feel like you need a refresher someday.
Well, that sounds like it will be a big help.
Yeah, so you've got all that extra help if you ever need to double check anything once we're done here, but we've made this particular method as easy as possible. All right, you ready to get started?
Okay.
So when you receive the kit, you'll open up the box like this, and you'll notice that in the front of the box is a trainer, and behind that you have 2 of the actual auto-injectors.
They're so small.
Exactly. The actual auto-injectors are bright yellow and purple, but the trainer is black and white and has no real medication. And of course it says trainer so that you can't mistake it for a real auto-injector.
So that's just a fake one to practice with.
Yeah. Now, don't go anywhere without this kit. I mean, if you're driving, you have it in the car. If you're home, you take it inside with you. If you go on vacation, it goes with you.
Vacation? We never go on vacation.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, wherever you go, just make sure you take this kit with you. And make sure you don't store the kit for prolonged periods in heat or direct sunlight or extreme cold. Try to keep it at room temperature, otherwise the drug doesn't work as well. But the most important thing is to have it with you, always. You never know where you might need it. Now, you already went over the signs of overdose with Dr. Watkins, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Sleep that shaking and shouting doesn't wake you from.
Gurgling or choking sounds mixed with snoring.
Good.
There was no or slow breathing.
Bluish or grayish lips or fingernails. And pale or clammy skin.
That's exactly right. I'm gonna let you guys teach my next training class. Okay, so if you see those symptoms, the first thing you'll do is open up this kit and administer the naloxone. Then you're gonna call 911 and tell them what's going on. So the first thing I want to point out are the directions that come in the kit. Now you guys should read these when you get home. They're really important. So let's go ahead and get started with the trainer and get you familiar with what to expect.
Sounds good.
So anyone who might use the auto-injector should know about the trainer and practice using it. It really is a wonderful device. Now the trainer is separated from the actual auto-injectors and has a warning that it doesn't have any needle or drug. You'll also hear the warning when we practice in just a second. Now while we practice, I also want to point out that for the actual auto-injector, you should not touch the black base because that is where the needle would come out and you don't want to accidentally inject yourself. So be sure to hold the trainer the way I'm going to demonstrate to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so the first step is to pull the trainer from the outer case. Now see it says pull device up from this case. Now once I pull it out, there'll be voice instructions that will talk us through the rest of the steps. Okay, you ready?
This trainer contains no needle or drug. If you are ready to use, pull off red safety guard. To inject, place black end against outer thigh, then press firmly and hold in place for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Injection complete. This trainer may be reused for training purposes. Replace the red safety guard and white outer case.
There you go. So the battery in this trainer is good for over 1,000 uses. So anyone who might need the practice should use it. Now I just reset it, so we're going to do it again, or rather, Alice, you are going to do it this time, okay?
Okay.
You ready? Okay.
So, all right, I pull here to take it out of the case. Okay.
This trainer contains no needle or drug. If you are ready to use, pull off red safety guard.
Pull it hard.
To inject, place black end against outer thigh, then press firmly and hold in place for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Injection complete.
That's so
This
cool.
trainer may be
That was kind of
reused for
fun.
training purposes.
And the real one, the purple and yellow one, does exactly the same.
Yep, same steps. It just has a real needle and real medication, naloxone, that comes out of the black base.
But wait, why are there 2 of the real auto-injectors?
Well, that's a great question. If the person doesn't respond to the first dose within 2 or 3 minutes, or if they seem to get better but go back into overdose, like if breathing resumes but then stops again, you need to give them another dose using the second auto-injector. Okay, so the last thing I want to point out is what to do after you use the auto-injector.
Well, I put my needles in a sharps container. Is it the same for the auto-injector?
Yeah, you could do that, or you could give it to the ambulance crew when they come.
Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, and also, it's important that if you do end up using your kit, that you let your provider know and request a new kit. Now, your provider will want to make sure that you're okay and evaluate whether changes to your treatment might be needed to keep you safe. Any other questions?
Makes sense. Hope we don't have to cross that bridge.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and we hope so as well. And that's why the education Dr. Watkins gave you on how to prevent an overdose is so important. I mean, hopefully you won't need to use your kit. But if an emergency did happen, you are now both fully trained emergency naloxone administrators.
Thank you.
If we ever need this stuff, I'm going to be mighty ticked off at you.
Oh.
But you'll save me anyway, right?
Well, let's talk about that vacation we're going to take.
Well, while I've got you here, why don't we read through some of the instructions together?
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay.